That one, the header is right up against the top of the page. These are all things that you can fine tune with these buttons right here, like width and top set, padding and all that. Okay, oh, there we go. So these are just some of the different. I actually kind of like it when it's up against the edge like that, but I want it to have a shadow. So let's see. Right now it has no shadow. You can do glow or you can do shadow. I'm going to do a shadow. There we go. You can also make it transparent. Right now it has no transparency. And that's with transparency, which really doesn't have much of an effect on a white background, but if the background was colored, you would see the difference. I'm just going to put it back to what it was. And let's see, we did the menu. Now the article section is this section right here where your actual blog post is going to be. And this can actually be changed also, the format. It's all a matter of preference, and sometimes with this software it makes it so easy to design WordPress templates that sometimes just for fun I get on here and just play around to see what I can come up with. And so that just kind of gives you an idea. Let's see, and the blocks is this section right here on the right. Like, the search box is a block, the category section is a block. So when you suggest blocks, it just shows you that you can change those also. So sometimes I just keep doing this until I see, just same thing that I did with the regular template, until I find something that I really like. And then once I find something I really like, I can still go in and fine tune it. Like, let's say I decided, okay, this is the one I really like, however I don't like that star right there. I can actually go in under styling, no, not under styling, let me think, under header, and the icon button lets me change that to whatever I want it to be. So if I want it to be this little play button right here, it'll change it to that. Okay, and the buttons, you can also fine tune the shape of the search button. Right now that's pretty much the only button that's on the blog. And then the last thing is the footer, which is down here. I can actually change that RSS feed icon to whatever I want it to be, or if I have something inside of my hard drive, I can insert it for my RSS feed icon. You know, I mean, I think this square one is pretty cool, so I'll change it to that. And I could change the color. You know, just like everything else, it's fully and completely customizable. Let's see how that matches with the colors I have at the top. You know what? This is so fun for me. I think I'm actually going to play around with a few other colors and see if there's something else I like better. So I'm going to go back to the colors and fonts tab. Oh, and I didn't do the fonts. You can actually change the fonts also. You can, same process. You can either have the system suggest a font until you find something you like, or you can even go in and pick a font. You can edit the font sets if you don't like the way they have them already done. Same thing with the typography. You know, right now it's on wide. If I wanted it to be formal, it would be formal. You can change the size of the font. You know, these fonts are a little on the larger side. If I wanted to make them smaller, I could do that. You can just do pretty much whatever you want with the software. It just makes it very, very easy. So let's say I wanted to suggest a few colors. I probably should have saved it first. I guess I'll have to undo to get it back to what it was if I decide I don't want to keep these, but it's fun for me to do this. I guess I should have probably kept it the way it was. Well, what I'll do is, here are the color themes. You can actually pick from here also and then fine-tune them however you want them to be. I'm actually going to look for the ones that have a white background, and like sand dune is one, and actually that's the color scheme that I started with for my branding blog for adrianmiller.com. Let me see. Let's see. This one's got a dark background, but I can always change the background to white. Okay, I'll leave it as is. I think you all have gotten the picture by now. The only thing is I don't want the footer to be gray. So I'm going to change the footer to a blue. You know what? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's see. Alright, let me show you how to create the template now. I'm going to go ahead and save this. And I'm going to save this as demonstration, blog. And now I'm going to show you how to export the blog. Now, at this point you can, well, it's a WordPress theme, so you know you want to export it as that, but you can export it as either a folder or as a zip archive. The benefit of exporting it as a zip archive is that inside of WordPress you can actually upload the software directly from, as a zip file right into your WordPress back office, whereas if it's a folder you'll have to use FileZilla to actually upload it. But I'll show you how to do that. One thing I like to do though is I like to make sure that my name, because this is what's going to show up at the bottom of the page. And then I think I'm going to actually create a subdomain, which I'll show you how to do that too. So I can upload this and then I'll demonstrate the rest of what I want to show you how to set up with the WordPress with this template. So I'll call it demo, because I'll create a subdomain called demo. And then under WordPress, show home item, yes. Footnote, include backward link to the author, which is me, yes. Include backward links to the CMS and Artisteer. I don't have to do that if I don't want to. I paid for this software, so I don't necessarily have to have Artisteer's name on my stuff. Sometimes, if you're a web designer or whatever, you don't necessarily want to give away what you use to create your websites with. Okay, I'm going to make a new folder, not inside of there though. I hate when I do that, make mistakes and have extra empty folders. Let's see, Artisteer templates, make a new folder, demo, blog. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually export it as a folder, and the reason why is because I want to have access to the header image so I can customize. I can show you how to customize the header image. So I'm going to export that like that. And that's done. And you know, I already saved this, but I'm just pressing the save button again for good measure. And I'm going to log out of this, and I will show you what the next step is in the next video.